Welcome everyone to the session on coding techniques 2 using Python. So today what we are going to see is Python hands-on scenario to solution. So why we have taken this topic? A lot of guys have studied Python, but when a scenario is given, they are finding it difficult to do a small program. So in this series, what we are going to do is we are going to develop a mini store, a simple store. Here you can see a simple store which sells fresh farm dairy products. The store only sells curd, milk and ice cream. So and the product of each price is given to you. So first of all, how we are going to start? So whenever you see a question, as you can see the question here, a local dairy shop named Fresh Daily sells only 3 products: curd, milk and ice cream. The shop owner wants a simple program to help calculate customer bill automatically. The program should allow the customer to enter the quantity of each product purchased and then display the bill amount. So what we are going to do is the customer will be entering the amount, so entering the quantity of each product, and the total amount has to display at the end. So it's a small project. So whenever we see problems like this, you will sometimes get shocked. So what we have to do? So for example, we are beginning with a simple thing. So area of a circle. So in the area of circle, we already know we need the radius of the circle. So to calculate, so the input what will give is radius, and by default value we already know pi constant 3.14. So using that thing, we will use to calculate the output. So this is a simple process. So for this simple process, for a scenario, what are things we have to get the input? First, we have to check the input. What are the inputs we need? So first thing, what they have mentioned is curd, milk and ice cream. So we want to know the quantity of the curd purchased, milk purchased and ice cream purchased by the customer. And here the default value which they have given is the product value. So for the curd, they have given 40 per pack, and the GST is 5%. We have to calculate the GST also. So some places they will used to charge GST. So we are having GST also. And the milk price is already given 30. There is no GST. And for ice cream, they have put for 1 cup it's 60 rupees and plus 18% GST. So this is the thing. So based on this thing, what we have to do is get the input. First, we are getting the input. What are the input we are going to get? Curd purchased, milk purchased and ice cream purchased. So based on these 3 information, we are just going to calculate the total price of the customer purchased. So based on this thing, we are just going to go for the code. So when you start with the code, I am using a Spider thing, Spider IDE. There are many IDEs. I am using Spider, where you have an interactive Python and a scripting side also. So it is easy for you to understand the interactive and scripting page. So I am writing the code in the scripting page now. So QI, what I have mentioned is int input. So what I am going to first get the thing is the quantity of the ice cream. So how much quantity of ice cream the customer has purchased. Then what I am going to get is quantity of curd. So how much quantity they have purchased. So I am just typing it now. Then the remaining thing, the quantity of milk. So QM. So I have shortened the variable's name because when a variable name increases, some mistakes will arise. So I'm just shortening the, so QI for ice cream and QC for curd and QM for milk. Okay. And now we are going to calculate the cost. So without GST, I'm just calculating the simple cost. So the same thing I am using, cost of ice cream. So QI, the price I have already mentioned, and the cost of curd, which you can see here. For the calculation process, I have made the prices displayed side for you. So you can view the thing, how I'm just doing it. First, I'm just calculating only the cost. So CM is the cost of milk. So here you can see only the cost is calculated, but the GST is not included. So in the final price, we need the GST. So total equal to, what I'm going to do is, first the cost price of ice cream plus the GST value. So 18 percentage, we can put it as 0.18 into the entire cost price plus the cost price of curd plus 0.05 percentage. So it's comes around 5 percentage of the cost. So CC plus the quality cost of milk. That's all. So we have calculated the cost. Now we have to print the cost. So print the total cost. So I'm just, what I'm going to do is print total cost equal. So what I'm going to do is total cost, comma, total. Okay. Now we are going to run. The output will be coming in an interactive Python page. So I'm just going to run the code now. Okay. As you can see, my interactive mode, I'm just switching to the interactive mode. Here you can see I'm just entering the quantity of ice, curd and milk. Total cost comes around 297.6. So it comes in decimal points. So decimal points, sometimes we have to round off the decimal points. So what I'm going to do is I will use the round function. It's an inbuilt thing, so no need to import any packages. So just put round. And now it's round off. So once again, I'm just going to run. I'm going to give the same value once again. You can just check out. I'm running once again the code. The same quantity I'm just giving 2, curd 3 and milk 1. I'm just giving. So it comes around 298. And also you can see there are a lot of boxes in the Spider. One I have already mentioned is the interactive and scripting page. The another thing which comes under, which is helpful in Spider is the variable explorer. In the variable explorer, you can just see the variable values. So what are the variables which we have used? So you can view it properly. And in the roundoff also we have mentioned as 298. But in the variable value we can see it is 297.6 only. So why it comes under the thing is, we just round off the value, not the exact value is changed, we just rounding of the thing. Okay. Now we are just going to change the program using some of the concept which we know. I will just put in the heading first. Print dairy store. I will just printing the dairy store heading. Then I will just, what I am going to do is, I will giving the code for each product, ice cream, curd and milk. So I am just going to give it normal 101, 102 and 103. So these are the product codes which I am giving, which is used to identify the product. The client had asked to enter, the customer had to enter the product. So I'm just going to give the information about the product. So I'm just mentioning 101 is used for ice cream and 102 for curd and 103 for milk. Okay. And after that, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to enter the sales. So sales, what are they going to enter? The customer is going to enter only the code and quantity. So I'm just entering the code now. We are going to get the code from the user, and the quantity also we are just going to get from the user also, user only. So why I'm first going to use a loop? So what is the purpose of the while loop is, for each time the customer will be entering a code and the quantity. I will be entering 101 for ice cream, and the quantity it will mention, I will just giving the quantity as 2 or 3. Later that I have to add another one product, because you cannot ask the customer to say enter all the 3 products. So I'm just, what I am going to do, I am going to run a while loop. So it is going to check whether we have to add a product or not. If I am not going to add a product, the while loop will exit. So that's for that thing only I have mentioned. In the beginning, I have mentioned this while loop as true, because the first process I have to go on, the customer should enter only one product compulsorily. So I have just gone with that thing, code. If code equal to 100, what I am going to do is ice cream, product is ice cream, and here I have to mention what is the cost of the product. So here itself in the previous program, what we have done is, we have calculated the cost and GST separately. Here what I am going to do is, in the cost itself, you will be getting the cost price plus the GST. We will just combining both the things, and we are just going to perform the operation here. As you can see here, in the previous thing I have mentioned the cost plus GST. Here I am just going on with the cost price only. Okay. So in the same way I am doing the entire thing for all the remaining products. Okay. If the customer enters some other codes, it will just mention invalid codes. So total, I am just using a total value as a cost. So total plus equal to cost. What it does is, the initial cost I have set as 0. So when a customer adds new product, its cost will get added in the total itself. So at the end, I will just get the total final value. So how much the customer have purchased. And here you can see is sales. I have created a list called sales. In that information, what I am going to append is, I am going to append the sales code. So what the customer had purchased, and the product name, and the sales quantity, how much quantity the customer had purchased and it cost. So I am just appending it to the list. Why I am appending to the list is, when you are getting a bill list, the entire bill list entry, if it's in a form of list, it will easy for you to display. The code time will be reduced. Okay. Here I am just asking the choice. So whether I have to add a new product or not. So this is the thing I am doing. I am just asking a customer whether you have to add one more product or not. If you press yes, it will go once again and do the process. If I give no, it will break the loop and you will just print the entire bill summary. Okay. In the bill I have mentioned the code, product. For printing the list, you can see here clearly what I did is, for item in sales. So sales is a list variable. So from that list I am getting individual values to items until the entire list values from the sales is printed. The loop will go on running. So I have mentioned. So first, item of 0, what it means is the code, sales code, and item 1 is the product, and item 2 is the quantity, and item 3 will print the cost of the thing. So in like this we are just printing, and we are also rounding off, and the final I have what mentioned is print the final bill is. So now we are going to run the code. As you can see, I am just typing the code. So at each time it asks for the what is the value it asks. So first I am going with the code, enter code 101. 101 is ice cream, and the quantity I have purchased is 3. You want to add the product, I am just giving yes. So it will just ask another one product. Unprinted product, what I am giving is 102, the curd. So quantity 2, and then yes, another one product I am going to add the product. So its code is 1. Code is 103 and the quantity is 1, I have mentioned. So now the 3 products are added, so I am just closing the thing. No. So in the bill summary, which we can see, the entire information have been displayed. So item code, product, quantity, and total, and the final bill. So this is a simple mini store where you can perform this kind of operation. First we have seen the basic mini store. Later on we have just seen something list and looping also we have included, and the if condition also we have included, and they have made it somewhat which is presentable to the client. Okay. So what are the future in the data variables or in the data side variable explorer, you can see a lot of changes here. The sales and what are the things which are the sales item, you have see the list. So what is the list? 3A. So there are 3 items I have mentioned, so it is 3. So everything you can view in the variable explorer. So it's very helpful while you are using a spider. We can just clarify what are the values that are present here, and total also you can just check out the thing. So what are the future updates we can do in this project is, first thing, we can use a database. Here you can see clearly a list have been used to store the information, but it is used for only one time only. So when a customer comes, he will just enter the information, that's all. He will enter the amount and data will be erased. So once again we have to run the code and we have just getting things. So these informations are not stored. So it's a one-time process only. So we can use the database. The second thing as an inventory management. So I'm just selling the product. If that product is not there, so what's the thing? So we can include the inventory management also. So what are the stocks are there and how much stock we are having. So we can manage the inventory also. So we can book some, the stock is less, we can just order for the new stocks. So everything can be included in inventory management. The third thing is, the third and most thing which we are latestly what we need is a UI packages. The client cannot run the entire package using a command prompt. So they need a GUI package. So what are the GUI packages which we are having in Python is Streamlit, Tinker and PyGT. So using this thing, we can develop a GUI. So what is the GUI? What we can use a text box or command button. So we can just click the button and add the product. Or we can just enter in the tablet form, we can get the entire thing. Or we can print the bills also. So using GUI, we can develop lot of packages. You can easily develop the package. So the user can interact freely instead of this kind of things. So another point of future upgrade which we can create is a bonus points. So a customer is purchasing lot of product or a wholesale product, so we can give some bonus points. Okay, these are the future upgrades. So first one is a database, second one is the inventory management, third is an UI package, and the last one we can add is a small bonus points for the customers. So that's all for this session. And thank you all for watching.